Hello, American Patriots. Douglas Ducote here. As America slowly calms down on the rioting and looting, at least for right this moment, there are still levels of anarchy taking place all across America. Some of it is reaching the drive-by media. Most of it is not. But there's something happening right now up in Seattle that completely and utterly erases everything that we stand for as Americans when we allow complete and utter anarchy to run rapid. Hear me out a second. Seattle protesters declare cop-free zone after police leave the precinct. After nearly 2 weeks of sparring, during which protesters threw glass bottles, rocks, and other items at police, and officers deployed pepper spray and tear gas to break up the crowds, the police department made efforts to roll back aggressive policing tactics in an effort to quell the violence. Hundreds of protesters, aided by a sympathetic city council member, stormed Seattle's City Hall Tuesday night to demand the mayors resign. Just days after seizing a 6-block downtown zone that includes the police precinct. Now, let me explain that to you for a moment if you missed what I just said. These peaceful protesters have been allowed to take over downtown Seattle. 6 blocks of it they control, to include City Hall and the police station, which has now been abandoned. They're allowed to do that because of the mayor not allowing the police to do their job. But that's not good enough for the protesters. They want the mayor terminated because the mayor has so far not agreed to defund the police department. Demonstrators remain peaceful without reports of violence or injury, but are pushing for Mayor Jenny Durkin to step down if she refuses to defund the city's police department. The protesters continue to camp out in a self-declared Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, a region spanning 6 blocks and encompasses the police department, which has effectively been abandoned by law enforcement after the Seattle Police Department closed the East Precinct on Monday. Police say they will respond to the area only if there is a 911 call for an emergency. The protesters won. They control Seattle, Washington right now. You couldn't make this up if you tried. On Friday, the mayor banned the use of tear gas by police. But protesters say it's far from enough in a climate fraught with tensions and distrust of law enforcement. Seattle Councilwoman Kashma Swant, and I'm going to spell that for you, Kashama-Swant, met protesters inside City Hall on Tuesday night, even though the building's closed and has been taken over by the protesters. In response to Tuesday night's protest, the mayor's office said in a statement that she remains competent to making actual steps on policing and other measures of reform. As the person who originally investigated the Seattle Police Department for the unconstitutional use of force, the mayor believes that the police department can lead the nation on continued reforms and accountability, but knows this week has eroded trust at a time when trust is most crucial. This is a mayor in the United States of America who, as we know from past incidences over the years in Seattle, Washington, has allowed Antifa to run rampant and hurt police officers and citizens. Bottles, rocks, baseball bats, you name it. And force law enforcement to stand down and not do anything. Now, when the protesters continue to get stronger and stronger it turned into riots, the mayor continued to have law enforcement stand down. The mayor refused to allow the National Guard to assist. And now, in the United States of America, in the year 2020, these peaceful demonstrators own 6 blocks of downtown Seattle and a police precinct, thanks to the mayor of Seattle. This is absolutely unacceptable. Goes beyond everything that you can possibly imagine that our forefathers built, that people have died, fought, bled for. Everyone that has ever served this country with honor in law enforcement or in the military and paid the ultimate sacrifice are rolling over in their graves right now at this mayor who has allowed downtown Seattle, Washington to be taken over, occupied, and controlled by these degenerates. I don't understand. It is past time for the President of the United States to take control of the Washington State National Guard, put them on active duty orders, and have them go into Seattle, Washington, and kick some ass of these liberals and run their ass into a prison cell. This is absolutely not the way things are supposed to go in America. As always, please say a prayer for our men and women serving in the United States military, our veterans, our law enforcement officers, our first responders, our angel families, our blue and gold star families, our president, and our country. Hope you all have a wonderful and blessed day. Please share this video. Thank you, and God bless.